This episode is brought to you by May Precision Ag, Kiowa, Kansas. Be sure to contact Jerry May for all your Pioneer seed grid soil sampling and custom farming needs. Coaches, welcome back.
Yep, we're back.
Thank you.
Back and no players, no locker room or no bulletin board material this week.
No. Yeah.
Big win Friday night. Went probably a little easier than some people were thinking.
Yeah. I mean, the boys played really well, both sides of the ball, and I was really proud of the way they were locked in, took what we prepared for, and did it, very well. And but no, that's not what we were expecting. We were expecting a tougher game than that, and we just got to rolling, and it went our way. So yeah, it was great.
I thought initially the first few plays probably didn't go the way you wanted, but then it happened and it seemed like just got on a roll, and you gave up one play.
Yeah.
And I think you had that play stopped and the kid kind of cut back and one missed tackle and sprung him free. But other than that, it was a really dominant performance on both sides of the ball, I thought.
Yeah, I only thought that we defensively only had about 3 busts, is what we call them when you bust. That we didn't do what we wanted to do, and they got to either big yards or a touchdown. I only think I counted like 3 times. That's a pretty good night when you can do that, especially when your offense is rolling.
Yeah. Talk about the running game for a second, because we've talked about that on some podcasts leading up to this. I thought it looked extremely good Friday night.
Yeah, it that's something that here late in the season I wanted to see happen, and that has gotten better and better each week, and I think the boys are getting confidence in it too, and that's a good thing. We actually worked on some today, and the guys are getting physical a little bit too physical during practice. We got to tell them to ease up on each other, but that was an emphasis in this game that I wanted to put and make sure we got the running game going, that they could not. The last year when we played them, we were spread like we are now, but we relied on the pass probably a little bit too much, and they were able to really get after Austin, our quarterback, and disrupt some things that. But this year we wanted to get the running game going, and then we felt like if we could get the running game going, that we could do what we wanted to do in the passing game.
And I don't want this to sound bad, because it's not intended to be that way, but I seen moves out of Cody Sklar that I hadn't seen all year.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that. I kidded him after the game. I said, dude, don't be thinking you're a shifty tailback now. You're a fullback. You're going to run over people. But I was yelling on that play, run over him. And then he cut back and he cut again. I was like, oh, okay, good. But yeah, he did a great job for us Friday night.
So was you surprised at all at some of the sets they came out in? I know we had some discussions about some of their sets and stuff.
No, not their sets.
Or maybe
personnel.
That it seemed like it took them a while to get the ball to work.
15.
Yeah.
That was a little bit interesting. I think they probably, my thought was maybe their head coach was thinking that we were going to key on him big time.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, so they tried to jet sweep him and sweep away, or fake jet sweep and then toss it the other way, thinking we would fly. But our guys stayed very disciplined on that, and it didn't work. So
used him as a decoy for a little bit.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I thought he was probably thinking too.
Yeah,
we had, as you know, the radio station down in Oklahoma come up. One of their guys did the call with me, and he shared with me, he said he never expected to see that good a defense at a 6-man football game.
Yeah.
And I said, well, welcome to town, brother.
Yeah.
Come back. You'll see it again maybe Friday night.
I hope so. We got to have it, That's, the old saying, offense sells tickets and wins games, but defense wins championships, and that's what we're trying to instill in our kids. If we want to win the state championship, you gotta have a good defense.
Well, is it me or are you seeing it? I think those boys are being even more aggressive, hitting even harder. And there was some hits in that game Friday where they just teed off on them. And I thought that's really encouraging to see this stage of the season.
Yeah. Well, and I think as the year's gone on, I know us as coaches, we've been trying to drill it into them how, we need to keep being physical. And I like you just said, I think it's kind of improved week after week after week, and it's starting to hopefully we haven't reached its peak yet of the physicality that we need to be at. But that's what I told the guys. I mean, once you get in the playoffs, every team you play is going to be physical, and so you have to match it, or you'll get ready for basketball.
Yeah, we got a lot of guys. Most guys we put on the field that are not there. I can't think of one of them is going to shy away from a hit. And a lot of them want to be in on the tackles too, because we keep track of all that in their stats and stuff. And, they get so many tackles. They get these. They love the helmet stickers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they just love those things. But no, physicality's. I'm saying. I'll repeat what Grant said. It's gotten better and better, I think, as the year goes on. And we talked about this several podcasts ago, but understanding 6-man defense, understanding what you needed to do, how can this team score on us? Where's their strengths? Where's their weaknesses? How do we defend a spread type? Last year, I don't know if we knew all that. And I'm talking as coaches too. And I'm not saying we know everything, but we, like we talked about, we feel like as a coach staff and the kids, I feel like we're especially on the defensive side of the ball, that we're a lot more comfortable this year, I guess.
Well, speaking of physicality, Pawnee Heights comes to town Friday night for a rematch of just not that long ago.
Yeah.
And that's a team that you got to be physical with.
Yes.
Very run oriented.
Yes.
Got a couple backs that look good on the stat sheet. And I mean, when they played us the first time, they extended the game into the third quarter. We got on roll and ended it, but they kind of gave us fits for a bit.
Yeah, they did. And that was without one of their backs really. He suited up, but they weren't using him. I don't know if he was banged up or what, but that number one, what's his last name? I don't remember.
Is it Holsty or Holtz?
Well, he's hot right now. Yeah. I think he's had 12 touchdowns the last 2 games, like 6 in each game. Yeah. Ran for 255 yards against Shilan last week. Big sophomore kid with speed, strength. We're going to have to play our A game with him. Add him to number 8. What 8 did to us there on a couple of drives, broke some tackles. We got our work cut out for us defensively. I mean, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to come down, try to run the ball down our throat.
And that's what I told him. They hung around and gave us fits, but a lot of those guys were playing a position that they didn't usually play all year. And now they're all in the position that they've been playing. So they're a completely different team, even from 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, and even, let's just come to an agreement. We don't know what that kid's last name is, Holtz or Holtz or something. And it's no knock on him. We just, that spelling.
Yeah.
I got a Southern Oklahoma education.
I don't want to try to pronounce it.
But I think you've probably seen a lot more film than me. I'm just going off some numbers that I'm seeing. He looks like he's a threat in the passing game.
Yes.
In addition to the running game.
Yeah. He's a good receiver.
Well, yeah.
And he can throw it.
Yeah. That's what I was looking at. He's like just under 100 yards rushing every game. Mm-hmm. He's a leading receiver, and then his passing yards is fairly comparable to their starting quarterback.
Yeah, he's a good athlete. So we have got to make sure we contain him and not forget about the number 8 kid either. But it's similar to last week with 2 good backs.
Yeah.
I would say probably one is as the Warwick kid. It maybe not be quite as fast, but he's bigger. He'll break your. That's what scares me. is he gets out on the edge and he might break a one-on-one tackle if we're not tackling well.
Yeah.
So, but like I tell the boys, we have to rally. We have to gain tackle, and we got to keep hitting backs. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, we're going to keep coming. So if he wants to keep coming, we'll hopefully take care of business.
And you've got probably the opposite of what you had last week, where you had a team come to town that had ended your season last year. Now you got a team coming around that you got to make sure your boys aren't overconfident that they laid the wood to them. Because where I went to high school, back-to-back years, we had a team knock us out of the playoffs that we had manhandled early in the season.
Making me nervous.
Yep. But hey, if anybody can pull it off, it's you. No pressure.
Yeah. Well, that's probably my biggest fear. We've been on the boys pretty hard this week. I said, if you guys think we're gonna let you take it easy this week and think you got it made, I'm probably more grouchy this week than I would have been if we'd have played Shiloh, the new team. That's just the way I am. But it's a perfect trap game. I mean, we got to be ready to go. They're riding a high. They weren't supposed to win that game. They were the underdogs on the road.
And they won by 45.
Yeah. So I'm going, they're riding a high right now. They're going to come in with a lot of confidence, and we got to get on that, right away. Kind of like we talked about last Friday, where we can't let teams come in to Kiowa onto our home field and get confidence.
Mm-hmm.
We need to jump on them early. And a lot of times when that happens, things, just like Friday night, things start going your way. So we can't come stumbling out of gate. Is what I'm trying to say.
Are we far enough in the season that I can make this comment and not make you squirm, that we've talked up some teams? Like we talked up Golden Plains, that was the best 4-win team in the state coming out of a tough district. But if you look at our district, I think we've got the toughest district in the state.
Well, I wouldn't.
I'm just throw that out there. You don't have to, but I'm going to throw it out there.
Well, what do you think? I think when playoffs started, I wouldn't have agreed with you.
I think it kind of got proven last week.
Yeah.
With how we won, but then also how Pawnee Heights won.
There's 3 teams, us and Pawnee Heights and Ingles still playing.
Yeah, Ingles. How Ingles won too.
So. And there's out there with Weskin, Shiloh, Northern Valley, and Golden Plains. 3 of them guys. Then 3 of those got beat out. The only ones left's Weskin. So I wouldn't agreed with you when we started the playoffs, but last week kind of proved it a little bit wrong.
Yep. So I don't want to look ahead. Sometimes we do that. We'll just stay right here.
Yeah. Let's do that.
6 o'clock.
You already made me nervous on that other comment.
Well, hopefully the boys listen to it and pay attention.
That's right. They better.
But 6 o'clock kickoff. I thought our crowd was outstanding. I don't think we've had a bad crowd all year.
No.
I mean, somebody made a comment, obviously, from the ticket booth, the sales were up because it cost a little bit more for a playoff game, but they thought that might have been the most attended football game of the year that we've had. And I
imagine. Yeah.
I thought our homecoming was pretty outstanding in itself, but
yeah. And I want to say great job, South Barber community. Let's do it again. It makes a huge difference. I always say this, not that people don't realize how that affects the kids in a good way or a negative way if no one's there. But we tell the team also, said we don't talk about that. It's a lot, but I've said we got to give fans something to come and watch.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You got to give them something excited to come and watch. Mom and dads and grandpa and grandmas are always going to come, but those people that don't have a relative or anything like that, we're starting to see it. That I think they're there. So. Yep.
And the last I seen of the weather, it's setting up to be another beautiful Friday night.
Yes. It's crazy. I was in this for practice today.
Yeah, we had the AC on during the broadcast, which kind of hit me in the butt.
That's what I heard. cold.
It
It's going to be warmer, I think.
well,
when the sun's up.
I don't know if I'll keep the AC on or not.
Yeah.
Or I'll bring a box of Kleenexes.
Yep.
I had a little issue there.
Yeah.
So can't remember what I was going to say, but big game Friday night, coming off a just a redemption win. I thought you guys it was a businessman's approach, you know.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. We drilled it into the kids' heads all week that, they're just the next team in our way, in our path. So, and then that's what we're saying this week.
Well, there's two things that I was really liked about this game. Well, when we were warming up, I told him we're not a real raw team anyways. And I don't discourage it, but we're kind of a quiet, but they were all very stoic during the pregame. I told him either we are nervous as heck, okay, or we're really ready to go. I brought them all together before we went back to the locker room and said, hey, what's going on? Everybody nervous? And most of them shook their head, nope. I was like, oh, okay.
There we go.
And the second thing I really liked about this game, offensively, defensively, it was a team win. We didn't have one guy scoring all the touchdowns. We didn't have one guy we had multiple people making plays all the time. And it's been like that the last few weeks. And I told the guys that's what championship teams got to do, because we talked about that. You can't, on our offense, take our passing game, for example. You can't take two guys and double Garen or high-low him or whatever, or you can't go over here and you can't concentrate on Garen steal and let these other guys go, because these other guys, look at our first touchdown last night.
Yep.
Our Friday night went to Devin.
Yeah.
And,
big one.
Yeah. Right off the bat, third play of the game. So that's what, as a coach, I love seeing, because, we got weapons all over the place. We can do a lot of things then.
Do you feel like you had a few more bobbled snaps Friday night than normal?
Yep. We talked about that today. I don't know if it was nerves or some of them weren't great snaps, but we got to kind of concentrate on that a little bit more.
So we got to clean that up.
Yeah. Got to clean it up. So, yeah, I would agree with you there that we made something happen out of them. We made that touchdown pass to Garen. That was supposed to be a handoff to him. And he missed him, and he got out there and he just threw it out, And I think there was one other that I don't remember.
He fumbled it, and Keegan ran out from the center and popped open. I think we got a first down out of it. So
yeah. So, yeah, we got to clean those things up. But the good thing is the kids don't lose their head when that happens. And, as long as we don't trying to make too much happen, that they don't panic and they can make things happen.
Well, I tell you, the best thing I got going for me Friday night, see these glasses I got on?
Oh, we got new glasses.
No, I put my old ones back on.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know if I told you the story. I've got an eye doctor appointment, but I didn't like these glasses, so I put them in the drawer a couple of weeks ago, and I found an old pair of glasses from 6 years ago, and I thought, boy, I see pretty good out of these.
No.
That's bull, but
yeah, you're telling me you were struggling.
I couldn't see numbers to save.
I listened to your
life.
broadcast. You had a little trouble telling between Garen and Austin, but you know what? Or Garen and Steele.
Yeah.
Well, and
Garen's mother, Jenny, said that. These new uniforms we got, these tops, if they're tight, but they'll squish up. So they're kind of, I noticed that. And if the boys don't pull them down, which they don't always pull them down, it is kind of hard to see.
Well, and if they wear black sleeves or anything else, there was some times I waited to see, who is that kicking? Is that Devin or is that Austin?
Yeah.
Because we got a bunch of boys that are built fairly similar.
Yeah.
But I went back. I got the guy that owns the station called me Sunday and said, "Boy, you guys did a great job." And I'm like, "Did you listen to it?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, it's great."
It's all right.
He said, all you got to remember is he goes, that was broadcast where they had the video. So it's not like you got to do radio play by play. And I'm like,
Right. True.
I was like, that's true.
Yeah.
And I went back and watched just a little of it, and I had these glasses on. I'm going, oh yeah, I can see numbers perfectly fine now.
Well,
I'm ready to roll Friday night.
You're ready to go. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, Dyson's my spotter. We got a little spotter sheet with all quick stats and numbers. And so as we're trying to call it, usually he's right beside me. We was a little cramped in there Friday night, and he's pointing at the name and the number of the kid who's on the tackle. And
he's like, no, that you're wrong.
Are you sure?
Yes. You can't see. That's funny.
And for those that were concerned, Doug Swanger got approval from the state to fire that cannon off.
Yeah, he called me in the afternoon, and it does say, that you're not supposed to do noisemakers or the playoffs. Well, he'd called some guy he knows, the head of referees or whatever, and the guy said,
he's got connections.
Yeah, he goes, he goes, I don't know why. He said everybody does it, but I said, look, I'm not going to tell you, but make sure you talk to our administration, you talk to the referee crew, and you talk to the other team. If everybody's on the same page, they're good. I guess let's roll with it. And they didn't care, I guess. But I will make sure the other team and everything that agrees to that, because I don't want any complaints to the state and that type of thing. So.
Yeah, we tried to warn the guy that come up with the radio station. He still jumped just a pinch. And I said, it's going to get louder the longer this game goes. I said, it'll shake the press box before it's over.
Yeah.
Well, no need to beat a dead horse. Big game Friday night. Got to make sure the boys are dialed in, because this is a team they've seen.
Yep.
And just want to encourage everybody, come out, support this team. Got a good product on the field, got a good pep band going again.
Yes.
And crowds have been outstanding. I'll tell you, the toughest thing about broadcasting at a South Barber game right now is Austin Graves on the PA, and that speaker is right above you. You can't hardly hear your own self talk when he's yelling. He does a good job of getting everybody fired up.
Yeah, he does great.
They need to soundproof that one press box, because it's like, wow, that is
loud,
really loud.
You could try to go to the other side. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that speaker above that. I think the sound comes out of one speaker.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, I think, because
it's right above that.
Yeah,
it's
right above. It's on the right side if you're looking at it. But I guess you could try the other side.
The beautiful thing about that side where we're usually at is it's about the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
So you can kind of split that field, but it ain't like we're playing at Arrowhead. I'm sure we can see just as good out of
the sidelines are probably pretty similar.
Right.
Is there anything we need to touch on?
You probably said it, but 6:00 kickoff.
6:00 kickoff
on Friday. Not 5, not 7, 6. No, I mean, have another big crowd and boys will be ready to go.
Did you just have a wedding anniversary?
The wedding anniversary? No.
Are you getting married?
No.
What did I see on Facebook?
So
I'm sorry, we've went off the rails on the coach's show. But
my wife. She's been getting some complaints from some friends and family that nobody's seen any wedding pictures. So
is that what's going on?
She texted me. She said, "I'm done with the complaints. I'm going to put every single wedding picture on Facebook."
She's
and that's what she
dumping
did.
them all.
I wasn't paying
Everybody
attention.
was like, "Congratulations!" Like, well, that happened a few months ago,
last April.
It's like seeing a picture. Like, maybe it's his anniversary or something. Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, because I bumped into.
We talk about everything on the coach's show.
Well,
that's right.
So here you go. you opened up Pandora's box. No. I think one of your groomsmen, I met his dad at a convention in Kansas City back like in January from up at Atwood.
Yes, you did. I remember him telling me about that.
Because I was getting a bottle of water in a hotel gift shop in between educational sessions. And he just happened to be standing there. We struck up a conversation. He seen my name badge said from Kiowa, Kansas. And he goes, you know Matt Cantrell? I said, who doesn't know Matt Cantrell?
But,
And then he went on about you and his son playing at Sterling together.
Yeah, we roomed together, and we ended up rooming together at K-State too. So Blaine Ginther's Ginther Stables, Atwood, Kansas. There's a plug.
There's a plug.
Hey, we needed. I could take that a long ways because they got a neat little thing.
Oh yeah,
that he developed, and then John Deere comes in. That's a whole another episode.
Oh yeah.
But 6 o'clock kickoff Friday night. Boys are playing good. Pawnee Heights is playing good. Could be a really nice ball game. Might get your money's worth this week.
Yep.
But the only way to know is show up.
One thing I want to say, and I was telling him this is going to put the pressure on. This program, South Barber, hasn't been to the semifinals in 20 years.
Wow, it's been that long?
It's been that long. Since 05. Haven't been back.
Haven't been back sub-state.
Gotten really close, but we haven't been back. So.
Wow, I never.
Yep.
Okay.
I recognized that, or I realized that yesterday, and I got to thinking, I'm like, no, that's right.
So, would that have been the 17 team? Did they get beat out by Hodgman County up there?
In sectionals.
That was sectionals.
Okay.
For some reason, I thought that was sub-state.
Yep.
So, to even add more to the storyline.
Well,
so you guys both made me just.
It's been, let's throw this out there.
Sleep tonight.
Not to put pressure on your quarterback, but it's been 20 years. His dad was on that state champion team, and he's quarterbacking possibly the next state champion team. Who knows?
There you go.
Yeah. Let's just
one game at a time.
Take care of Pawnee Heights first.
There you go, Matt. You ought to feel better about life. You ought to sleep really good tonight.
Thanks, man. We'll be. I think the boys are. That's what I've been real pleased with we talked about maturity. We're still young, but we're really young last year. I didn't feel like we were able to handle any of this kind of stuff last year. It's just,
and it goes back to that playoff experience from last year.
Exactly. Well, that's huge.
And they know what to expect.
That's huge.
So,
and,
as far as atmosphere and level of play,
seems like that is taken place. That I don't know. That again, I think that you nailed it right there. I think our focus and stuff. Oh, we've been through this. This is how we're supposed to handle this. This is how we're supposed to. So yeah, I think that's the biggest part.
You bet. Well, good deal. Well, everybody get out there Friday night, and you better have a good reason not to be there. But if you can't make it, KLV is going to be back up to broadcast on the radio, YouTube, Facebook, all that. So take advantage of that. But really like to see everybody at the game. It's been a great year of South Barber football, and hopefully going to be a great game in one way or another Friday night.
Yep.
We learned last week we can't say too much because other coaches are watching this thing.
They
now.
know. They did.
So,
yep.
Yeah, we're statewide, baby.
Yep,
yeah,
that's right.
It doesn't help when your friends on Facebook.
No.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yep.
All right, guys. Good luck Friday night.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.